Hello, my friends. This is the regularly scheduled live stream every Sunday between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. There's two ways that you can ask questions on these lives and any other lives that we have. You need to be a YouTube member, so you can go to our Tarot for Traders channel on YouTube and click the join button. Subscribe. It's $50 a month. Gets you unlimited questions on all of our lives. The other ways that you're a paying subscriber on our website, Tarot for Traders, you have one of these subscriptions there, which gives you access to our Discord trade alerts and our chat channels. So you have access to this live stream questions on Discord, basically. Those are the two ways that you would get access. I'll show you how to get that stuff at the end of the video. So first, we're going to go over the day by day for the coming week for SPY. We're going to do 1 day readings by the hour for the entire week. And then we're going to get into the questions and answers. So if you're new to the channel, it's important to understand these predictions are focused on the sequence of chart events as outlined, the sequence in the case of a 1 days by the hour. The timing is usually on point, but not always. There's going to be cases where you need to give it plus or minus a couple hours of wiggle room, but it's the sequence of chart events that will remain accurate nonetheless. So always pay attention to that. Really, the best way to utilize this information is to follow us on the early access subscription, where we have the live Discord trade alerts for SPY and the chart drawings. In any case, we're going to get into the overall theme for each day. We're going to get into the chart behavior on the highest high and the lowest low for each day. We'll give you the sequence of chart events by the hour, and then we'll give you one of the best trades that we see for the day. All right, so the overall theme and behavior for the 24th, we have price swings. The Dominion card very clearly stating price swings on the 24th. It's a tricky day, my friends. We've got a nullified high correlator and a nullified low correlator, making for a very difficult read as far as where the highs and the lows are. When you combine that with the 1 month having the Prince of Swords, a lot of volatility, my sense is that we probably have a lot of back and forth going on with those price swings, and very difficult to determine where the high and the low is, but probably have a sharp decline at the end of the day. We'll look at that in more detail as we progress. So the high card, sideways rotation ending with a fast sudden move higher, but it looks like that probably doesn't hold. That fast sudden move higher would probably come back down, making it nullified. Interesting. The alternate is that the high, there's a higher, the low basically on the 25th is the high of the 24th. So overall, you would see that this would be a higher day. That's a possibility. Interesting. That's an alternate. It's not a definite. But in any case, then we've got the nullified Priestess card, a U-shaped dip that forms near the intersection of two perpendicular diagonal trend lines. Usually when it's in a low significator position, there's a dip between two peaks. And the dip creates the low, but it's nullified. Again, that's a pretty difficult card to read in a nullification position or in a nullified situation. And then we're advised to trade around a peak, a prominent peak on a 1 day chart that we sell off from pretty notably. In the pre-market, we've got sideways rotation. There's a intentional fake out or shake out, some sort of tricky chart behavior right around the open. So be very careful of that. We've got a notable move to the upside, probably around 940, 945-ish. It's a breakout that appears like it probably doesn't hold. Either there's a brief peak right at the open followed by a sharp decline and then this breakout, or if we don't see that brief peak followed by a decline before the breakout, then I would say the breakout's false and we're going to have a brief peak that it creates followed by a decline through multiple supports. Then there's a reversal between roughly 10 and 11. Hard to say based on the positioning in this ruin which direction it's really referring to, but what you can count on is that there's going to be temptation there to chase the trend, and I would advise not to do that there around 11 o'clock. Between roughly 11 and 12, a decline through multiple support levels, followed by between roughly 12 and 1, a big move to the upside early in the hour, creating a peak and then a full retracement of that move back down into the 1 to 2 o'clock hour, where we should see an important support level on a multi-day scale that's highlighted. Probably that there's a peak right here that we sell off from into a trough with this important support level. Usually can be relied upon and trusted, but not always. Then we have a rally into key resistance between roughly 2 and 3. That once we meet that resistance, we abruptly turn around and decline back down. So probably the resistance is around 3 o'clock, and possibly at an overbought crest, and we sell off from that through multiple support levels. Like right in the last few minutes, there's probably a spike to the upside there, but overall, we're probably going to be to the downside in the post market or on the 25th. So I'm not so sure that this is going to, the 25th will be a higher day. It's just one way that you sometimes can read the nullifications. When they're nullified, sometimes they're speaking of information for the following day, but not so sure that's the case here. Overall, the best trade I think is going to be yeah. So what I would want to do is I'd be looking for this big move to the upside around 12 into a peak, probably a high there. I would open up a partial short position there. You can likely close it between roughly 1 and 2 after a decline off of the peak to meet an important support level on a multi-day scale. But if I'm wrong about that, or if you want to go for possibly more gain, more risk involved, but possibly more gain, then you would want to hold it into the following day. And you'd be looking to close that short here. I would probably just go with the day trade to be safe, but if there isn't an opportunity, like I'm wrong there about the day trade exit, then I would say your exit's going to be here. You could also put on another short position at the beginning of the 25th, and we're going to talk about that in more detail in just a moment. That's SPY for February 24th, 2025. If you're just hopping on, my friends, we're going through the day-by-day chart behavior for the remainder of February. That's hour-by-hour sequence of chart events, giving you one trade for each day. And then we're going to get into the questions and answers. You can ask questions. There's 2 ways you can ask questions. You can be a member of the YouTube channel, Terror for Traders. It's $50 a month, gets you unlimited questions. Hey, Arjuna. And the other way is to be a subscriber on our website, Terror for Traders, getting you access to our Discord trade alerts, live updated trading view charts. But the Discord in particular, for any of those paying subscriptions, has access to the live stream questions channel. The questions accumulate there, and I answer them on the next available live after they come out. So, all right, so let's get into the 25th. SPY for February 25th, 2025, currently February 23rd, 2025, 8:29 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading, $599.94. And that's January. What's going on there? Well, the image file for the 25th was created on February 18th, 2025, 2:58 p.m. Now, that's modified. What am I saying? Created on January 10th, 2025, 12:56 a.m. Eastern Time. Overall theme and behavior for February 25th, a sideways fluctuating decline preceding a notable rally. Behavior around the highest high, a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance and meet another resistance before pulling back to somewhere between those 2 price levels is the chart behavior that we should see around the highest high for the day. Behavior around the lowest low for the day, sideways rotation ending with a fast send move higher. And I'm advised to trade around a notable move to the upside that'll really stand out. Usually it's out of oversold territory. Sometimes it's a gap, but more frequently it's like a oversold or like a short squeeze or something like that. So in the pre-market, we have a low for the day and at least our first low for the day, and a notable move to the upside that probably takes us into a high right around the open at a failed attempt to break through key resistance, followed by a decline through key support and okay, so failed attempt right there at the open. That's where you might be able to open up another short position. If missed that opportunity, because it looks like it's probably a quick drop right out of the open, there may be another rally into a high. Hard to say if it's a high is at the open or if the high is at just before 10 o'clock, or if there's two highs possibly. It's a little tricky there, but there is a peak just before 10 o'clock, and we should sell off from that through multiple support levels. Unicursal hexagram kind of drop there between roughly 10 and 11-ish. We should also see like a prominent move higher, full retracement somewhere around the 10 o'clock mark. And then after that sharp unicursal drop with this retracement back to the downside, we then have another move higher. And based on technicals, we're going to expect to break through key resistance there between roughly 11 and 12. But instead, we turn around, we decline through key support. Sideways rotation, that's probably a high there around 12, maybe just a little bit before 12. And then we have three crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level between roughly 12 and 1. The third cross is usually to the upside, confirming a bullish trend. However, it doesn't quite look like that in this case. Instead, what we've got is a decline from that high into a trough towards the end of the hour, with a sharp drop into that trough at the end of the hour of the 1 to 2 o'clock hour. So just before 2 o'clock, sharp drop to the downside. That marks an opportunity to close out of a short position, and most likely open up a long position. I think probably open up a long position there as well. An intentional fake out or shakeout, or some sort of whipsaw behavior, something going on here between roughly 2 and 3. Be very, very careful if it's intended to make us do the wrong thing. And there's a sharp drop towards the end of that hour as well, so just before 3 o'clock. Another move to the downside through multiple supports between roughly 3 and the close. I don't think I would open up that long. It's a little tricky there, guys. So I would look to close out of shorts there. It looks like this is a multi-day hold. So this big move to the upside out of a trough, big move to the upside, you might utilize that as an opportunity to open up another short for a multi-day hold. You could probably close out of it at the close, but more likely you're going to hold it until the 27th midday. We'll look at that as we progress through the week. We'll look at that in more detail. Sideways rotation right around the close, and more sideways rotation in the pre-market or in the post-market there, and that's February 25th, 2025. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button, my friends. If you're new to the channel, you just hopping on, we're going through the one-day readings for the remainder of February for SPY. That's the chart behavior by the hour, and also the highs and the lows for each day, as well as a trade. And then after that, we're going to answer questions that can be asked both on the live stream or on the live stream Discord channel. Anybody that is a subscriber to one of our to one of our subscriptions on the website Tarot for Traders has access to that channel, or you could be a member of our YouTube channel Tarot for Traders. $50 a month. You can ask as many questions as you want. All right, so stay tuned for that. We're also going to give you a special offer. We're going to drop a special offer, big discount. So stay tuned to the end of the live for that. All right, so this is SPY February 26, 2025. It's currently February 23rd, 2025, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY is currently $599.94 USD. And the image file for the 26th was created on January 10th, 2025 at 12:58 a.m. Eastern Time. Remember, guys, it's a sequence of chart events over the timing. Timing is usually accurate, but you have to pay attention to the sequence of events more importantly. This is another day with a nullified high and a nullified low, making for difficult prediction as far as highs and lows, but we'll look at it in more detail. The overall theme of behavior, we have a notable move to the upside that'll stand out on a multi-day scale. There's likely to be a breakout of some kind here on the 26th, if not only momentarily. Behavior around the highest high, a notable move higher into the high, but it doesn't look like it holds. Behavior on the lowest low, nullified Emperor card. There's a support level on a multi-day scale that's highlighted. Usually it can be relied upon and trusted. My sense is that it's actually talking about this Emperor card here. So likely we've got a lower price level there on the 27th, just like expected. So we're in the midst of, on the 26th, we're in the midst of a short trade that we opened on the 25th. So let's remember that, and I'll comment on that momentarily. We're advised to trade around a failed attempt to break through resistance that we expect to break through, followed by a decline through key support. Interesting. It might also be referring to like the high here with this disappointment card. Probably could be both. Either way, in the pre-market, we have a resistance level that we failed to break through many times before, and or we will fail to break through many times in the future. Sideways rotation right around the open and a fast sudden move higher. That's then followed by a decline through multiple support levels in the first half hour. And then there's some tricky behavior here between roughly 10 and 11. Multiple false tops or bottoms. There's a peak about 10:30, maybe a little bit before that, 10:25, 10:20, a peak with a sharp sell-off through it. And then between roughly 11 and 12, a crest that we sell off from down to and through support. We do a U-shaped reversal below that price level, break through it to the upside, and reuse it as support. Sideways fluctuating rally around 12, preceded by a sharp decline between roughly 1 and 2. Full card opportunity there, followed by a big move, a huge move to the upside out of that trough there between 1 and 2, which may very well be our lowest low for the day. A big move to the upside out of it, pushing the upper end of a range higher into a failed attempt to break through key resistance. It's probably a double high. There's a high here and there's a high here for the day. And we expect to break through it here, break through this resistance that we fell from there. We expect to break through it here, but instead we turn around and we should decline. It might be that we have like mixed behavior here in the last hour. Yeah, there's a failed attempt to break through resistance that we expect to break through, followed by a decline through key support, and then mixed sideways S formation within a channel in the last hour, followed by another notable move to the upside right around the close. That offering opportunity to open up a short position or add to a short position. So there's a quick day trade in here with this full card. So we have the sideways fluctuating rally preceding a sharp drop. A sharp drop probably takes us into a trough around 130. That's where, if we have a lowest low there for the day, that's where I might open up a long position, and I would look to close that long position when we attempt to, we have this big move to the upside after the trough with an attempt to break through the resistance that was established here with the sharp drop. We'll fail to break through it there. So when we meet that resistance, that's where you would exit out of the long position for a quick day trade, and then you'd look to get into a short position or just hold the short position that you opened from the 25th into the following day. That's February 26, 2025. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get into the 27th. This is SPY for February 27, 2025. Currently, it's February 23rd, 2025, 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading, $599.94 USD. And the shuffle video or the image file for the 27th was created on January 10th, 2025 at 12:59 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're new to the channel, remember, guys, it's a sequence of chart events that's most important. Timing is usually accurate, but it can, in some cases, need plus or minus an hour here or there wiggle room. So pay attention to the sequence of chart events. Really, if you're going to trade this information, you want to do that with access to our SPY early access subscription and our SPY live Discord trade alerts. So the overall theme and behavior for the day, a nullified devil card, extremely difficult directionally speaking. Behavior around the highest high and nullified high card. So my sense is that there's a fake out near the high that's somehow counteracted, like a movement into the high and then a movement out of it or something like that. Behavior around the lowest low, a notable move to the downside, offering opportunity to open up a long position or close a short position before a reversal to the upside out of it. And I'm advised to trade around that low, that opportunity there. This is where we want to exit out of the multi-day short that we opened on the 25th. In the pre-market, we have a breakout or fake out. That's interesting because that's what these orange correlations, these yellow correlations are to the victory card. And you can see how right at the close we have that, and then here in the pre-market we have that. So it's going to be like a false breakout of some kind. A lot of price change covered right around the open, with into and or out of sideways rotational on key support, and then around 1040, 1045 we have an unexpected move to the upside out of a trough. Full card opportunity between roughly 10 and 11. So this is probably to the downside into a lowest low there between roughly 11 and 12. And that's probably where I would exit out of the short position, the multi-day short. You might do it here, but if you miss the opportunity or it doesn't appear to be a good opportunity here at the open, this is where you'd want to do it most likely. And there'd be some temptation to chase a decline there. I would advise not to chase a decline. What you're looking for the exit is important support level on a multi-day scale. And then we have this fast sudden move higher taking place between roughly 12 and 1. So out of that trough, fast sudden move higher, and then it looks like we reverse, and there's another trough between roughly 1 and 2, sideways rotation, and a big move higher, followed by more sideways rotation. And then between roughly 2 and 3, we have 3 pokes through the same trend line, followed by a sharp drop off of that third poke into another low. And then erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level in the last hour. In the midst of that erratic behavior, usually what we'll do is revisit a crest that was recently a past opportunity. Sometimes it's a trough, but usually it's a crest, and there is a low in there, so it may be that this is one of those troughs. And then right around the close, we have a sideways rotation, ending with a fast sudden move higher. And that's SPY for February 27, 2025. This is SPY February 28, 2025. So the overall theme and behavior, a prominent move higher, full retracement, a nullified high significator, bumping along resistance sideways near the high, but it may be that we don't break through resistance. The resistance holds quite well. Behavior around the lowest low, 3 pokes through the same trend line, followed by a sharp drop off of that third poke. Interesting. And then I'm advised to trade around and a big move to the upside out of oversold territory. In the pre-market, we have sideways rotational on key support. There's a low around the open, probably in the first half hour. There's a low. There's key resistance where we're kind of like flat, and then a brief peak that's easily missed, followed by a decline through multiple supports into the low for the day. And it'll be at a resistance level there around the open that we decline from and return to. Probably declined from it the prior day and return to it there. There's out of that, a lot of price change, by the way, covered moving into that low. And then between roughly 10 and 11, there's a rally that turns over, creating a crest. A lot of price change to the upside, it looks like, between roughly 11 and 12. After some sideways rotation, big move to the upside, more sideways rotation, creating a high probably around 12 o'clock. And a notable reversal there where we have almost like it could be a full retracement back down or close, taking us into a trough around 1 o'clock. From that trough around 1 o'clock, we have a big move to the upside between roughly 1 and 2, pushing the upper end of a range higher, taking us to key resistance between roughly between roughly 2 and 3. Big move to the upside between 1 and 2, pushing the upper end of a range higher, and then we meet resistance between 2 and 3. That's resistance that we decline from and then return to in the not too distant future. So we decline there from a peak into key support in the last hour. That's important on a multi-day scale. A big move higher right around the close, like a sharp move to the upside right around the close. And most likely we revisit the support that we see here, or the resistance that we see here between 2 and 3. Most likely we revisit it in the first trading day of the following month, which I believe is the 3rd, March 3rd. Those are the dailies for SPY, February 24th through February 28th. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button, guys. Now we're going to get into those questions. If you just hopped on, the way that you ask questions is in 2 ways. You're either paying member of our YouTube channel, $50 a month gets you access. I'll show you how to get that at the end of the video. Or you've got a paid subscription on our website, Tarot for Traders, which gives you access to the live stream questions, which we're going to get into here. Is grab stock going to 2? Grab stock going to 2-3 this year. 2 to 3 times this year is grab. From the current price level. I got a yes. Will Mr. reach 900 and Coinbase reach 600 in 2025? Oh, I wanted to do grab too. Oh, I'm surprised I don't have something for that. So that would put it at roughly just below $15 in 2025. No. Let's see. Not 15. Looks like it hits $14 though. All right, so Mr., does it go to 900 in 2025? Seems like a pretty outrageous move, but you never know. I got a no for 900. And then Coinbase, does Coinbase reach 600 in 2025? Ooh, big move to the downside there. This is supposed to be Mr. Sorry, guys. So it looks like those were pretty solid, guys, as far as when we were looking at this last. We had this as an entry point, pretty broad, but it was from a 1 year standpoint. And then exits here. Looks like we left some on the table, but remember what I always say: you want people who consistently take profits too early make a lot more money than people that wait and try to get the top gain. More often than not, you're going to miss out on gains doing that. But the question is, does it reach 600 in 2025? I got a yes for that. Wow. Let me double check on that one. No, I got a no for it now. Hold on. It's a no. It doesn't reach 600. Double checked on the no and it was confirmed. If you're just hopping on, you can ask questions by using our live stream questions Discord channel or by being a member of our YouTube channel for $50 a month, unlimited questions. Is TIGR a good buy now? How high can it go? I got a yes for that, for a good buy now, and it does kind of look like it's probably got a little bit more to go up there. Hard to say. Looks like it breaks through its previous high. This one here. That would probably be a good exit. It looks like it probably breaks through that, but this would be a safe exit. This 1442. Who cares about max game? That's like rookie mistake mentality. That's scarcity mentality. People who think, this is the only opportunity to be right, or this is the only time I'm going to make money, are thinking, oh, I better max out that gain. People who understand that they're going to make money again and again and again, and they should just take profits quickly. Those are the ones that get wealth mentality. Looks like we probably get up into the $20 range, maybe a little higher. So you could hold it longer, but it's more speculative. Remember, your money, when it's in the market, everybody in the stock market is trying to take that money from you. The longer your money's in the market, the less likely you are to get it back. You should think about it like that. So you want to be quick, in and out. I'll put ellipses on SPY after the live. Is the Tesla high in for the year or half year? Where did that Tesla go? Oh, here we go. My sense is no. Well, matter of factly, it's that we'll probably revisit the high one more time, but not necessarily go any higher. And it gets a little tricky here at the end of the month because we've got this notable move to the upside right at the very end of the month. But there's also like a trough in here that I may have missed in the prediction here in like the first or second week of March, and then a high here mid-March. So there's probably a lot of price change from a trough into a high. I probably want to be long going into March and if there's opportunity there in the early part of March, because I may not have missed it, but if there is, I would say add to the long, and you would look to close out of the long at the same highs that we had. I would go with these here. They're just prior to January, but these are probably the highs that I would expect. And you can see how we have expectations there. These are what these TradingView chart links show you, is these ellipses where we expect entry and exits or highs and lows to form. Anybody with the Discord for Tesla, which is the monthly access subscription, is able to see these in real time. So the high is probably in, just to be concise, but we're most likely going to see it one more time. When is a good exit for Tesla longs? Probably the beginning of April, like on the cusp of March, April, probably the very beginning of April, with like a false breakout. We talked about Mara as a good buy around under $15 in the last live stream. It closed Friday at $14.66. Is this week a good time to buy? Until then, until when? How high can it go? They have earnings on Wednesday too. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look. Nice. So I said anything below 15, and it just broke below 15. We're pretty close to a bottom, but I would expect us to go a little bit more. RSI is a really great indicator. I like to use it. You probably notice I talk about it a lot because it's pretty reliable for the most part. And so most likely we see a break through this 30 mark. I would start buying when we're below that 30 mark. Probably we'd go below it by a little bit. We come back above it, and then if we go below it one more time, that's where I would load up. Probably going to come down to, let's see. All right, I'm not getting a clear response as far as how low we go, but again, look out, just pay attention to this RSI, and then the earnings results, or the reaction, I'll say, to earnings, this coming earnings, which is on the 26th. Chart reaction in response to those earnings. We've got a sideways fluctuating rally, probably a lot of ground cover to the upside before another drop. So I would say you could possibly open a little bit here just because the low isn't so it's not clear. It's not being clear for me. And then once we do that, what I said, like we go below it, we break above it and go below it again, I'd load up there. How high does it go? All right, so is this week a good time to buy? Most likely that's a yes. Let's see what the cards have to say. That's a yes. And how high can it go? Let's take a look. We're just hopping on, we're figuring out how high this is going to go in 2025. We're looking at Mara, which is a buy this week. Wow. This one's going to fly, guys. Wow. All right, so I would say you want to leave some on the table just to be on the safe side. Would probably go above $100, but I would probably exit out at around 84. Let me double check on that. This is in 2025, not specifically right after earnings, to be clear. Yeah. So we get up above $100 at some point in 2025. All right, so that's Mara. Pretty solid opportunity there, guys. What else we got? These are all earnings. Let's do these one by one. All right, so chart behavior, chart reaction for HIMS, to earnings, chart reaction. This one's going to do sideways rotation, big move higher. So this will be bullish based on earnings. Kava. Chart reaction to its coming earnings. This is going to have a breakout to the upside. AMC. I see there's questions there. Kava. That looks like, well, you might have this, wow, that's a 14-day moving average. Yikes. Okay, so yeah, so I would say probably around here is support. 96.60. Looks like we do go lower. Yeah, so that $90 does seem like a good support based in response to your question. No support until 90. AMC, does it finally squeeze? I know, right? Actually, I should have done. Jeez. Really was expecting more of a move there. Let's see what's going on. And you can see not always right, guys. Sometimes I'm off, so you want to trade responsibly based on that actuality. It looks like it's here in the first quarter. There's a squeeze. So that leaves us just over a month before we should see some sort of move here. NVIDIA dump after earnings. I'm not going to be able to get into the charts for these. We're out of time, but I'll just run through them really, really quickly here. Overall, the chart reaction, NVIDIA's chart reaction to earnings. Huge move to the upside. You don't want to dump it, you want to hold it. Snow, will it come to 165? Yes or no? In 2025, yes. I got a yes for 2025, 165. CRM stopped Friday on demand. Will it bounce? I got a yes. Probably has further to go first. We answered that Mara question. IONQ. I got the unicursal for that one, so probably ask me that one again at another time. Let's see what the earnings reaction is. Decline offering opportunity, open up a long position. And then SOUN. Does it bounce hard from $8 to $10? Good long-term bet. That's a yes and a yes. Is NEO a good long-term buy here? I got a no for NEO. Oh, thank you so much, Avila. Really appreciate it. Hey, Robert. Hey, KRT. Thank you, guys. Much love. Thank you so much for your support. And with that said, guys, I'm going to roll. Much love and appreciation. You'll see me back on at some point at least once during the week, and then we have a regularly scheduled live streams every Sunday between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. So be sure to be back here next Sunday for that. Blessings to all my angel investors. You know where to go. You know what to do. Oh, and that special offer and how you get those subscriptions. Oh, almost forgot. All right, so for the subscriptions on our website, you go to our website, tarotfortraders.com. You click on Order Now, Subscriptions. And these are the 3 subscriptions that give you access to the live stream questions. Early access gets you day trades for SPY and swing trades for SPY, and the earliest access you can get to any of our public posts that come out on YouTube. Monthly access gets you monthly predictions by the day for these tickers and crypto, as well as everything in early access. And then total access gets you 1 year readings by the week for all of these tickers and crypto. All of these come with, well, almost all of these come with a Discord trade alert channel and live updated trading view chart, as well as that's where people ask questions throughout the week. So these are the 3 subscriptions. Much love and appreciation to everybody that goes and supports that. And then I've got a special offer for you guys. Just give me one moment here. See, if you're a angel investor, somebody that repeatedly follows through on the rule of karma, blessed few people doing that. There's a voice channel for angel investors and only angel investors, as well as this is where we drop all of our special offers. So we've got 5 multi-year readings special. You can buy 5 multi-year readings. And that's $250 off, so that's $500 for 5 of them. $100 a pop, normally $150, and then you can get 2 1-year readings for $600. Normally they're $500 a piece, so you're getting $400 off there. If you're interested in seeing exactly where that short squeeze is coming in, or the exact place for the high, as far as like down to a week, things like that, then highly recommend taking advantage of these. These won't be around for long. And if you're interested in them, just message us on the website Tarot for Traders, and we'll set you up with that. Or if you're on Discord, well, you can message us there too, and we'll set you up with that. All right, my friends, thanks for watching. Thank you all for your support. Blessings.